Hello, my name is Madison Drugan and I did my project on Japanese mythical creatures. So before we start, I just want to define the word yokai. So yokai is made of the kanji bewitching and specter. It can be a malevolent creature who brings harm or a benevolent creature who brings good fortune. The yokai are a very big part of Japanese mythology, and they're very similar to the nymphs in Greek mythology. So the first one we have is Beto Beto-san. So Beto Beto-san is also called Mr. Sticky or Mr. Footsteps, and this is because the Japanese really don't know what Beto Beto means, because as you see here, this is hiragana, when other words, like other symbols like this, are kanji, and these have meanings. These are just noises. So they really don't know what Beto Beto means, like some of the other ones we're going to see in the future. So they're thinking sticky because Beto by itself means sticky, and Mr. Footsteps because of like the onomatopoeia Beto Beto Beto. It sounds like footsteps. So Beto Beto-san is portrayed as with a big round body and a huge toothy smile and no nose and no eyes. He is a nice, very harmless yokai. And you can encounter him on lonely mountain roads at night. And if you do not like his presence, you can just step to the side and say, "Oh please, Mr. Beto Beto-san, after you." And he will pass and you will be without him. This Beto Beto-san statue is in Japan and is frequently visited by tourists who put coins in his mouth for good fortune. Next we have the Kodama. Now the Kodama are tree spirits, and they're worshipped by ancient Japanese tree worshippers. And you can see the Kodama in tree trunks, in the knots of tree trunks, and irregular tree trunk shapes. And they are also said to be tree deities opposed to tree spirits, which makes more sense as to why they are worshipped. And no one knows what they really look like. And as you can see in this photo, people will hang them in their trees. In Mitsuni village in Hachijojima, Japan, there is a festival each year where they worship and respect the Kodama. And this is because they want forgiveness for cutting down trees for the next year, because it is very important to not make the Kodama upset. Next we have the Nureanago. So Nureanago translates to the soaked woman, and she can be encountered in any body of water in several parts of Japan. She appears as a completely drenched woman, and if you are out by a body of water and you hear her laughter and you laugh along with her, you will be killed right on the spot. Next we have my personal favorite, which is the Akamanto. Now, Akamanto translates to red cloak. This is a yokai who haunts public restrooms. And if you are out and in a public restroom and you don't have any toilet paper, you will see Akamanto outside of the stall. And he will ask, "Would you like red toilet paper or blue toilet paper?" And if you say red toilet paper, he will stab you until you bleed out and you turn red. And if you say blue toilet paper, he will strangle you until you turn blue. And the only way you can live and escape from Akamanto is if you say neither one. Next we have the Nurikabe. So Nurikabe translates to painted wall, and they are said to reside in dark streets and alleys and coastal areas. And unlike the artwork, the Nurikabe are actually invisible, and they are a quite harmless creature, but they are very annoying. If you encounter this yokai, they will block your path for miles. You will not be able to get past them. It is impossible. If you are in this situation right here, if you say you're in a forest and you can't pass a certain spot, you say, oh, I'll just go around it, right? No. They will keep elongating themselves for miles. So it's best that you just turn around. And it is theorized to inspire the Womp creature in Mario. Next, we have the Doku Dokubi, and this translates to pulley neck. They appear as regular women by day, and a very long-necked creature at night. These Doku Dokubi don't know that they are this yokai. They think they're just a normal person. Their diet consists of normal human food by day, but by night they will feast on small animals and lamp oil. There's a tale of a lord finding out that the lamp oil in his shop is going missing, and so he immediately suspects this young woman that he had recently hired. And so he watches her while she sleeps, and he sees her roll over, but her head stays in the same spot, so her head is now backwards. And he realizes that, oh, she's the Doku Dokubi. So, or a Doku Dokubi, I should say. And so, next day, he fires her, and she has no idea why. And this woman keeps getting fired from every single job she has, and she never understands. Next, we have the Tsukumogami, which translates to Kami of Tool. Now, the Tsukumogami are a category of yokai versus one specific type of yokai. And this is when an object turns 100. So when they have been on the earth for 100 years, they develop a soul. This folklore goes as far back as the 10th century and is used in the spread of Shingon Buddhism. The Tsukumogami are usually harmless, but they can seek revenge if you have mistreated them. There are Jinja ceremonies that are held in honor to respect and honor the broken and unusable objects. Next, we have the Dodomeki. So the Dodomeki translates to 100-eyed or many-eyed demon. These are cursed women who have frequently stolen money. And when they do that, hundreds of birds' eyes will appear over their bodies, as you can see in this picture. Toriyama Sekin, an 18th century scholar, created this creature with a pun in mind. And that pun is, in Japan, they will say someone has long arms. And as you can see here, this creature has extremely long arms. You know, when I put my arms like she does, my hands only come up to my shoulders and hers go all the way up here. So she has very long arms, and the pun in that is when someone in Japan says that someone has long arms, it means that they steal a lot. And they have long arms so they can reach and steal things. So that was the pun. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.